Welcome to the Bewick Bridge School.
Well, welcome to the Bewick Bridge podcast. I'm joined here by Tom and David. Let's start off with you, Tom. Just introduce yourself. This is our first episode.
Okay, so I am the head teacher here. I've been at school since 2016. I started as a Year 4 teacher. And throughout my time at Bewick Bridge, I've taught across most of the year groups. Now, I've done core subject leadership, assessment, pupil premium. I've been a key stage leader at one point as well. Finally, I went into becoming the assistant head teacher, which then turned into the deputy head teacher, and now as the interim head teacher. So, been here quite a while, done many different roles, but it's a wonderful school, so I can't see myself anywhere else at the moment.
Super. And David?
Well, I have also been here from 2016, started off as a Year 3 teacher, and have also been a subject leader for a range of subjects. I then became the curriculum lead, and I'm now interim deputy head teacher of the school.
So a fun fact for people that don't know is that David and myself joined the school at exactly the same point. Yes.
We did, indeed.
Were you on the same interview panel as well?
We didn't interview on the same day, no. But we both did start on the same September. So I'm not sure how many people know that fact, but it is a unique one.
Well, 8.8 billion people that are listening to this podcast. And
well, we can hope.
And finally, I am Chris Budhi. I've been working at the school this is my second year here, and I am the computing lead. I love lots of things, technology, and so we thought, why not produce a podcast? And Tom, talk to us more about who the school is. What can we expect on the podcast?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think we're a wonderful school. We're a really diverse school, a school that really promotes the holistic development of the child. And I think that comes back to the school's vision, which is always worth sharing again, which is where we're a nurturing, ambitious school with a strong commitment to pursue academic, physical, social and emotional excellence at every step of our development journey. And I think we really do live that in school. And then we achieve that through our Bewick values of belief, endurance, willingness, inspiration, cooperation and kindness. And both of these things underpin everything that we do in the short term, medium term and long term at Bewick Bridge.
Brilliant. And David, talk to us about the SP curriculum then, because that's a unique thing about the school. What is that?
Well, the SP curriculum stands for Specialist Pathway Curriculum. It's a curriculum we are very proud of. We've got specialist teachers for every foundation subject in science who deliver their subjects, the subjects that they are specialists at, and they have experience at. So they do that across all year groups from Year 1 to Year 6.
Brilliant. So teachers will teach everyone just one specific subject. Is that right?
Correct. It's hard to understand because obviously we are very used to that in primary schools there is a class teacher who delivers all subjects. However, here at Bewick Bridge we thought about how we could amalgamate that idea of having a class teacher but also having specialist teachers who would be able to deliver the subjects with passion, with expertise, with knowledge, with experience, so that they would be able to pass all that expertise and knowledge and skills and understanding to the children, so that we can maximize that progress. And by the time that they get to the end of Key Stage 2, they will have acquired all those skills in a very ambitious curriculum.
And we're in Cambridge now, so in the heart of academic. An academic hotspot, if you like. What does that bring to the school? What sort of professionals or expertise? And can we see them? Can we expect to see them on the show?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first of all, I'll just jump back to the previous question because I think David's explained the SP curriculum really well and the rationale, well, one of the rationales behind why we do it. But I think some of the listeners will realise that my favourite word in our name is the word community. And the SP feeds into that. And the reason that it feeds into that is because we're confident that every teacher knows every child in the school, which is a really unique point that is a fantastic point of the school. And also it allows seamless transition. So when you're moving from year group to year group, it should be seamless because the teacher is already a known person and relationships have already been developed. And then that also links obviously to the transition to secondary school, where children are already used to having multiple teachers teaching them a range of different subject areas. So that's a few more parts of the rationale for the SP curriculum. But going back to your question that you've just asked there is, yeah, absolutely. We're always looking at how we can enhance our curriculum through the use of the local community, and whether that be businesses, whether that be charities, whether that be politicians or other schools. They're all things that we have, developed good relationships with. We've got relationships with the Purse. We've got relationships with the Wellcome Sangha Institute. We've got really good relationships with the Teversham Parish Council and Cambridgeshire County Council as well. And there are some projects that we're hoping are going to come to fruition in the next couple of months that are going to give children the opportunity to develop their leadership skills in the local community, which is something that I feel quite passionately about, that children should have a say about the area that they live in. So yeah, we're looking forward to developing those relationships further. And how they look in reality is these specialists, they come into school, they lead workshops, they lead sessions, but also the children get to go into their environments as well and see, that high quality area that they're working in, which it can be really stimulating. It can provide passion. It can provide that desire to work in that field. So I think it's a lot. There's a lot of good work that the school's already doing. There's also a clear direction in how we want to develop that moving forwards as well. But it's definitely an essential part of the Bewick Bridge curriculum.
And a podcast, why now? Why start a podcast? Isn't our workload already high enough?
Yeah, well, I think a podcast is fantastic for families who also, are working. We have obviously lots of working professionals, and we're also really aware that in schools there can be lots of communication. There has to be lots of communication, and in the form of emails, in the form of letters, that can be quite hard to read and fit that into schedules. And hopefully what this does is it allows people to hear the information about the school in a different way if they're on their commute, if they're at home doing other tasks around the house. They can have this on in the background, and hopefully it supports our family's well-being, and that's one of the main purposes of why we're trialling this approach.
And so is this just for the Bewick Bridge community, or is it for a wider audience? How does that all work?
I think predominantly we're going to be aiming it at the Bewick Bridge community, but ultimately we're really proud of our school and we celebrate our school. So, if there are people that are interested in finding out about Bewick Bridge, then of course, then that's a good thing.
Yeah,
it'd be great to see other schools also trying the SP curriculum approach. We haven't heard yet of any other schools trying it, but we know of the many strengths that the SP curriculum can bring to the school. So we are hoping to see other schools trying it, giving it a go, and we are more than happy to share our experience in this journey with everyone, really.
Yeah, because I guess the SP curriculum is constantly evolving with changes of staff members and just different fluctuations in curriculum areas.
Well, I think that school in general is a constantly evolving place, isn't it? And, we wouldn't be doing our jobs properly if it wasn't evolving. We're always getting new data, new research, and we're obviously putting that into place to ensure that the children that come to Bewick Bridge receive the best primary education that they can. Because I think, one thing that I always say to staff is that these children only get one attempt at this, and that responsibility is ours. So therefore, we need to be proactive. And one of the things that is a real strength at Bewick Bridge is we're not afraid to think outside of the box if we think it's going to have a really positive impact on the children's outcomes holistically. So yeah, we are constantly working, we're constantly tweaking. School improvement is a really important journey, and we have a clear direction of where we want to go moving forwards as well.
Super. And finally, how often is this going to be released? So like what's it look like? Does it get released every month? One a year?
Well, definitely monthly at least, but hopefully we'll be, more proactive and we can fit that in. I think obviously at the time it might take us a bit longer at the start because this is a brand new concept to me. It's not something that I've done before. So once we try and get our heads around it and it becomes a bit more natural, then we might be able to produce them a little bit quicker. But I think what we aim to do is cover a range of different areas. I think we, from safeguarding through to curriculum, through to top tips of parents, how parents can support the children in different subject areas, key updates, external speakers. I think that there's lots of direction that we can head in, and obviously we'll be constantly improving as we go along.
And just finally, we're recording this on Christmas Jumper Day. What Christmas jumper are you wearing?
We've all just looked down at this point. So my one has a bulldog in a Father Christmas hat. Potentially, but I'm going to go for bulldog.
My one has a couple of reindeer and a Christmas tree in the very middle. Both reindeers looking at their Christmas tree. Very colourful one, navy blue, white, red colours.
But my one isn't actually mine. It's Mrs. Appleby's. I don't actually own a Christmas jumper. So each year, Mrs. Appleby surprises me with a different one from her collection. And this year I've got the jumper with a dog.
Right. We'll see you next month or next week.
Brilliant. See you then.
Yep.